Motherfucker gave me an Escalade. Straight from the 6 and a 716.
The truth is viral. Y'all, the internet has not been the same since May 20th, 2026. And I'm not talking about some beef. I'm not talking about some diss track. I'm talking about a Nike commercial. A sneaker ale that somehow turned into the most talked about thing on social media in days. And the reason everybody going crazy? 2 words. Aubrey Graham. Because Kevin Durant dropped his 19th signature Nike sneaker, the KD19, and instead of keeping it clean and professional, he called up his best friend Drake. The same Drake that 3 albums deep right now. The same Drake the internet been clowning since 2025. The same Drake that everybody said was finished. And what did Drake do? He showed up in that locker room and said something that the entire internet cannot stop repeating. Normalize glazing the bros. Fam, lock in. Because this one is way deeper than a sneaker commercial.
So, you want to see the new shoes? Come on, obviously. Check these out. Okay. Wow. First thought, transcending the game.
Let me set the scene for y'all because context matters here. May 20th, 2026. Nike drops a brand new campaign for the KD19, Kevin Durant's 19th signature sneaker. 19. Let that sink in. Not many players in NBA history get to 19 signature shoes with Nike. That's a lifetime deal territory. That's legend status. KD signed a lifetime deal with Nike back in April 2023, meaning this man and Nike are locked in forever. So when they drop campaign content, it's supposed to be big. It's supposed to feel important. And Nike decided the best way to announce this sneaker to the world was to put Drake the 6 God himself in a locker room and let him be KD's personal hype man. Nobody expected what happened next.
He's the candies! The candy man's home. Ow. Oh, wait, did I just get a cavity? Someone called a dentist. Like, oh my goodness, bro. You know how many people are gonna be copying this off the shelves? They're gonna be like, shh, give me that. Like, are you dumb?
So here's how the ad goes down. Kevin Durant's sitting in a locker room. He's got boxes of shoes. He wants Drake's honest opinion on the KD19 design. Now Drake got his own Nike sub-brand Nocta. So KD figures this man knows sneakers. This man got taste. This man gonna give it to me straight. Except Durant wanted to test him first. Because he pulls out the first shoe and fam, it's not the KD19. It's a joke shoe. An orange and blue sneaker built like a cowboy boot. High top Air Force. One structure with the shaft of actual cowboy boots. Red ostrich leather detailing. This thing is wild. And what does Drake say? Without blinking. Without hesitating. Okay, first thought transcending the game. You need a banjo for those. Those are crazy. Y'all went home on the range with it. Wow. You're in 2038 with those. He even starts freestyling a little country song right there in the locker room. KD immediately tells him he can't hoop in those, and that they were just for fun. And Drake doesn't even flinch. Didn't miss a beat. Just kept glazing. And the internet saw all of this coming from a mile away.
Wow. This guy's the abominable snowman. Those are hard. This guy's trying to dominate the Alaskan market. You gotta keep the ankles warm.
Then KD pulls out shoe number 2. And y'all, this one might be worse. A sneaker completely covered in white fur. Like somebody took a basketball shoe and gave it a full winter coat. This thing looked like it had been growing hair for 3 years straight. And once again, Drake doesn't hesitate. Not even a second. He looks at this fur-covered monstrosity and goes, "This guy's an abominable snowman. They're hard. This guy's trying to dominate the Alaskan market. You gotta keep the ankles warm." The man committed to the bit every single time. Full send. No filter. Just pure, unapologetic yes-man energy from start to finish. And that's when KD finally breaks character and asks the question everybody at home was already thinking. "Are you a yes-man, bro?" And Drake just keeps going. Doesn't deny it. Doesn't defend himself. Just leans further in. Because that was the whole point. And when KD finally pulls out the real KD19, the actual shoe, a clean capri blue monochrome colorway that Durant himself nicknamed the Candies Drake, goes even harder. Says he got a cavity just from holding the pair. Someone call the dentist. The whole ad closes with a tagline that might be the most honest thing Nike has ever put on screen. Everyone needs a yes man. And the internet absolutely lost it.
Drake and KD seen in a new Nike commercial where the budget had to be insanely high to get Drake to have this much of a part, but I will roll it for you guys right now. He's basically just being a yes man to KD. Let us know your thoughts. Here's a little clip of it. We'll see y'all in the next one.
Now here's where the story gets interesting. Because Drake didn't just appear in the commercial, he posted it himself on Instagram. And the caption, fam, the caption is what sent everything into overdrive. He wrote, "Normalize glazing the bros." That's it. That's the whole caption. And that phrase, normalize glazing the bros, immediately became the most repeated thing on the internet for the next 48 hours straight. Memes everywhere. Tweets going viral by the thousands. People using that phrase to describe everything from sports takes to music reviews to everyday situations with their friends. The comment sections filled up instantly. Some people genuinely found it funny. Others couldn't stop clowning. And a whole third group used the moment to bring up everything they've been saying about Drake for the past year and a half. Because y'all gotta understand the timing of all this. This ad didn't drop in a vacuum. This dropped right in the middle of one of the most complicated stretches of Drake's career. In 2025, the internet went hard at Drake during the Super Bowl. People were saying things. Allegations were flying. His reputation took real damage. And now, here he is in May 2026, not just surviving that storm, but showing up in a Nike commercial with one of the biggest basketball players alive, acting completely unbothered. And the way people reacted online? Divided don't even cover it. One fan wrote, "He's being just like his fans. With those 3 albums he dropped, fans are doing the same to him. We need it. We need it. No, we don't." Another one said simply, "I didn't find this ad funny at all." But then, you had people defending the whole thing. Somebody wrote, "Can people just enjoy the comedy of it, man? It's comedy." And honestly, that's the real question, isn't it? Is this funny, or is this Drake doing what Drake always does, staying relevant by any means necessary?
Rolling out a cold as ice comeback. Drake releasing his highly anticipated new Iceman album.
And here's what the blogs won't tell you. This friendship between Drake and Kevin Durant is not new. This is not some Nike-forced collab where 2 famous people stand next to each other and pretend to be cool. These 2 men genuinely been running in the same circles for years. Just a week before this ad dropped, May 14th, 2026, Kevin Durant personally pulled up to Drake's Iceman album release party in Toronto. That man flew or drove or however he got there specifically to show face for his boy's album release, and Drake returned that love on the album itself. On Maid of Honor, there's a track called Q&A, and Drake shouted KD out directly. "Me and KD got way too much cheese." These 2 have been publicly showing each other love back and forth. So, when Durant needed a face for his biggest sneaker launch this year, there was no debate about who to call. And Drake didn't just show up. He showed up and committed completely. No half-stepping. No phone-it-in energy. That man went full yes man, and made sure the internet had something to talk about. Whether people liked it or not, and a lot of people definitely did not, they talked about it. Which is exactly the point. Now, let's talk about the actual shoe, because that's what started all this. KD19. Kevin Durant's 19th signature sneaker. This is part of the Nocta 10 Nike KD19 collection, a collab between Durant's Nike line and Drake's Nocta brand. The actual retail colorway they showed in the ad is that clean all-blue capri colorway. The candies, as KD called it. Pearlized light blue monochrome top to bottom. Inside the shoe, Nike put their full-length Zoom Strobel technology. A 3D molded sock liner. Cushlon 3 midsole and a midfoot shank for stability. This is a performance basketball shoe underneath all the fashion energy. And the release date? June 13th, 2026 for an exclusive US drop on the SNKRS app. Then a global release on June 17th at $115 retail. But here's the thing about sneaker releases in 2026. The shoe could be amazing. The shoe could be trash. Doesn't matter. Because right now everybody is talking about the KD19 not because of the technology inside it or the colorway. They're talking about it because of Drake saying normalize glazing the bros in a locker room on camera for the entire internet to see. And that's the bigger picture here that nobody is really sitting with. Drake just dropped 3 albums back to back. Iceman, Habibti, Maid of Honor. 3 projects in rapid succession. The internet's reaction to those albums has been mixed at best. People debating whether the music is good, whether he's chasing relevance, whether Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us permanently changed how people hear Drake. And in the middle of all that noise, Drake shows up in a Nike ad playing himself, not trying to be hard, not trying to reclaim some image, just playing the funny yes man friend who hypes up everything KD shows him. And that move, right or wrong, is a very specific kind of confident. Because you can only make yourself the joke if you're comfortable enough to take the hit. Think about it. Most artists in Drake's position right now, coming off a controversial year reputation-wise, would be trying to look cool, trying to look unbothered in a serious way, trying to drop something that makes people forget the bad press. Drake went the opposite direction. He made himself the punchline of a Nike commercial and posted it himself with the caption, "Normalize glazing the bros." That is either a genius move or the most self-unaware moment of his career. And honestly, the fact that we're debating which one it is means the ad worked. Because we're talking about KD19 right now. In this video, just like the rest of the internet,
So Nike introduced the KD19 by referencing Kevin Durant's moniker. The brand says that the shoe features an innovative multi-layered cushioning system and exterior TPU dagger that calls to mind Kevin's Slim Reaper persona. That TPU dagger is the Z-shaped frame that starts at the toe box and wraps around the heel.
here's something else that's being overlooked in all the jokes and memes. Kevin Durant is now with the Houston Rockets. He's 19 signature shoes deep with Nike. He has a lifetime deal. And he's in the middle of what's probably the last serious chapter of his playing career. When you're at that stage, when you know the finish line is eventually coming, you want your legacy cemented. You want your brand to outlast the jersey. And partnering with Drake for this campaign was a calculated decision. Because whatever people think of Drake right now, his reach is undeniable. His name gets clicked on, his name gets searched, his name generates traffic and attention and conversation. And when you're trying to sell a sneaker at the end of the day, that's what you need. You need people to know the name KD19 exists, and you need them to know when it drops. Mission accomplished. June 17th on Nike.com and SNKRS. The whole internet knows. Thanks to Drake being a yes man in a locker room for 2 minutes.
26. So definitely excited to talk about the shoe, some really cool things going on with it, some stuff that it reminds me of, and just crazy that we're here 19 years later on the KD line here for Kevin Durant.
So here's where everything stands. A Nike ad dropped on May 20th, 2026. It features Kevin Durant trying to get honest feedback on his new sneaker. It features Drake being the most enthusiastic yes man in the history of friendship. The phrase, "normalize glazing the bros," became a meme within hours. The internet is split between finding it hilarious and finding it cringe. And in the middle of all of it, whether you love Drake right now or can't stand to look at him, the KD19 is the most talked about sneaker release of the summer, dropping June 13th exclusively on SNKRS, then June 17th globally at $115. Kevin Durant gets his bag, Nike gets the buzz, and Drake walks away with another viral moment. Again, whether people want to give it to him or not. That's the game. And apparently everybody needs a yes man. Drop your thoughts in the comments, fam. Was this ad funny, or did they take the L? You already know what it is. Like and subscribe and send this to somebody who needs to understand what's really happening out here.